already you are a project manager.
Mm.
And all that I can tell anyone who wants to transition, have that positive mindset. You have to have your why. Why do I need to transition? Once you understand your why, you will definitely want to transition.
Hi, I'm Anna Anderson, CEO and founder of the Women in Project Management Network. I'm a project manager by profession, a career coach, a PMP trainer, and a LinkedIn learning instructor. But more importantly, I'm someone who's been in your shoes. Not too long ago, I was filled with doubt, stepping out of my comfort zone and navigating rejection after rejection. It wasn't an easy journey, but through perseverance, hard work, and lessons learned, I finally found my yes. That moment changed everything, not just for me, but for the many people I've since had the privilege to help. I've seen how lives transform when you have the right tools, when you have the right support and encouragement to pursue those six-figure project management roles. On the Project Management Connect Show, here I share inspiring stories from project managers who've gone through aspiring to hire. I also bring in industry experts, recruiters, and hiring managers to show us how it's done. Together, we'll explore practical strategies and actionable tips to help you on your journey. So, whether you're just starting out, transitioning into project management, or looking to elevate your project management career, this podcast is for you. If project management feels like your calling, or if you're just exploring, it's time to dive in. So let's get started, fellow project manager. Your journey begins here. All right, today we have Lydia with us. This is Lydia Getui. Lydia is a member of the Women in Project Management Network. Lydia recently transitioned into her project manager role from a nursing opportunity. So today we are going to have her share with us her journey. But before we continue, Lydia, hi, how are you doing today?
Hi, Anna. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. I'm
Mm.
doing well. Thank you.
Yeah. Before we continue, do you want to quickly introduce yourself to us?
Yes. Hey, my name is Lydia. As Anna mentioned, I am a healthcare project manager who transitioned from a nursing field. So it has been an exciting journey, and I love it here being a project manager.
Yes. And I'm super excited for you to share your journey from, nursing into project management and how, that just transition happened because it happened very, very fast. So,
Yes.
and so we are going to talk about that. So, speaking of project management, what inspired you to pursue a career as a project manager?
So, well, thank you for asking me this question. So, what really motivated me to do that is through a friend or friends that I've seen
Mm-hmm.
transition. And then as I met you on like a friend of mine through a friend of mine on social media, so I was seeing your work, I was seeing how you do, and then one day there's one video that like really struck me when you was talking about transferable skills. And then I was in a place where like I love nursing, but then like there's burnout. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's real, it's true. So when you were talking about the transferable skills, and I'm like, wait, this is all that I have. I think I may be a good fit. And then that day, really, I just decided, I said, I'm just gonna reach out. All I
Mm-hmm.
did was to reach out, and then we had a conversation with you. And
Mm-hmm.
then I sat down that evening, and I thought, I told myself, this is it. I'm transitioning to project management. I just
Mm-hmm.
told myself I'm gonna do it, and I had faith in myself, and I
Mm-hmm.
was out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and the power of networking because the way we met, also, I know you said you watched the video, but the way we met, we finally met in person at a friend's wedding, actually Lydia's wedding, friend's wedding, who introduced you, and also you had seen her journey, and you guys are close, and so she motivated you as well. She's like,
Mhm.
you can do this. So that's super exciting that, there were different things that made you think like, you know what, I have these transferable skills that I can bring. Talk about those transferable skills. What are some of those skills that you keep saying that you had those that helped you?
Oh my God, there's so many. Like I'll talk as a nurse from the nursing perspective. already number one, I was already like a multitasker, like, where you organize things, you're always like in charge of everything, coordinating cares, coordinating and talking to all the team members and everything like that. Attention to detail was another one. Effective communication is another one that really, if you have that, you're gonna go places.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of burnout, because you said that's one of the things that made you and motivated you, do you want to share a little bit about that? What kind of burnout when you say that was
Oh
causing you
yeah.
to make you like, oh, like this is it? Because I
Oh
know you
yeah.
have two little boys
Yeah.
as well. So do you
hmm
want to share a little bit about that?
Oh yes, I will definitely share that. So
Mhm,
working in a medical field is a calling, and it's really, it can be a lot. And
mhm,
then what I mean by burnout is like you're there working under pressure, like the shifts sometimes you may love it, but then the shifts that you work there may not align with your like family life. For me, I
mhm,
have two little boys,
mhm,
so like I felt like my nursing job was taking a lot of my life with the kids, and I
mhm,
wanted more of that.
mhm,
So I was looking into something that is more flexible. So once you go for an 8 hour shift, it may end up being a 10 hour, 12 hour shift without you knowing. By the time I
mhm,
come home, my kids are sleeping. The following day, my other son is going to school. Like we don't even get to see each other. And
mhm,
I felt they're
mhm.
missing the mommy in me. I
Mm.
didn't want that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, those, especially when they're small, you want to be there for some of those, milestones and,
Mhm.
and I know you have a little boy, so that's also one of the things that also motivated you to start. So you started
Mhm.
this program in July, because I
Mhm.
remember you started this program in July of this year. What are some of those challenges that you faced when you joined the program?
So joining the program was like the imposter syndrome was the biggest.
I
I
hear
was
that
like,
a lot.
am I gonna make it? But then let me tell you, Anna,
Mm.
that really went away after you worked on my resume, read my resume, and I'm like, oh my God, you know what? I'm perfect.
Yeah.
That is the day I decided I'm gonna throw away everything. And through your one-to-one, Anna,
Mhm,
like you empower the way you talk to somebody, the way like you tell me now, tell me about yourself. I talk to you and the way you prepare everybody, that really helped me. It
mhm,
really helped me get the fear away. And like
mhm,
I built confidence, especially after seeing that resume. And my LinkedIn profile, I was
mhm,
more professional. I was like,
mhm,
I had now, like, how you have like the motivation and energy. So, like,
mhm.
if someone asks you something, you talk like more powerful because,
Yeah.
I own this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that. I love to hear things like that. But imposter syndrome is one of those things that I think it just happens to a lot of people. It happens to
Mhm.
me, it happens to you, it happens to a lot of people, but it's a
Mhm.
mindset thing. So you
Mhm.
have to remove that, feeling, and it's up to
Mhm.
you. I can push you, I can tell you what to share and all that stuff, but if you
Mhm.
cannot remove it yourself, you're gonna struggle. So you started the program and stuff like that. You had your resume, you had your LinkedIn profile. Now you started getting those phone calls. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh boy, yes, that was the real. So I remember the last time when like you were done working on my resume and you told me now what you do, just upload that on your LinkedIn profile. And then that evening I started getting calls. I was like, Anna, it's real. I was even texting you, like recruiters are reaching out. Some of
Yeah,
them are requesting for friendship.
yeah.
And then I remembered one day you told me use your networking wisely. Whoever you add to your maybe professional profile, make sure they're adding value to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I was more focused on if someone is a recruiter and they're reaching out and they're calling me, telling me about this, I go look up more about them on LinkedIn. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then
Mm-hmm.
now from there, I decided like I was aware of who to go ahead and like talk to. If a
Mm-hmm.
recruiter calls me, I was ready. As
Mm-hmm.
you prepare your candidates, you
Mm-hmm.
tell them if a recruiter calls you anytime, wake up with that call and explain who you are and make
Mm-hmm.
sure you're ready. So
Yeah,
I was ready for the calls. When they
yeah.
call, they
Mm-hmm.
were always ready to push me to the next level,
Yeah,
next stage.
yeah,
So that really helped. I was so prepared and I
yeah,
followed your preparation, like
yeah.
everything step by step, and it really worked.
Yeah, I love it. I love because a lot of people, if you follow the program to the T, I swear, like a lot of people get their results very, very quickly. But let's
Mhm.
come back to you coming from nursing and now you're a project manager. What did
Mhm.
you know about project management besides your transferable skills?
So I knew nothing about it. because like I totally like it wasn't even crossing my mind. You know how like in nursing, for example, I'm gonna talk as a nurse. Like you go to school so many years, do hard exams, and you're like, oh, finally I'm done. I'm gonna do this. You, I was like I wasn't thinking out of the box. I
Mm-hmm.
never knew there was this good side out here
Mm-hmm.
until when I actually started this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't even know it
Mm-hmm.
exists. Most people don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I knew nothing about it. But after I joined the program, especially after I talked to Lydia actually
Mm-hmm.
first, she told
Mm-hmm.
me what she does, and I'm like, that is a thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually went out there and I started Googling. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these people make money. These
Mm-hmm.
people are rich out here. So and then I was like, I reached, and then Lydia connected me to you. We
Mm-hmm.
met, and then that day I started having that mind. And then there's this thing where like I want to change. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so far into nursing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so deeply rooted into this. I had that mindset, as you mentioned. I had to sit down, have a meeting on myself and say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is what I want. This is what I want in life. I want
Mm-hmm.
to be more present for my kids. And then that way I opened my mind. I started now reading more about project management when I came to the program. So I had already set my mind, okay, I am ready. I
Mm-hmm.
am ready. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I know you took also a couple of short courses on
Mhm.
LinkedIn. You already took also a Scrum Master
Mhm.
certification, just so that you can
Mhm.
start understanding the lingo and all
Mhm.
that stuff. During your journey, you said, okay, recruiters are reaching out to you, and now the big one, the interviews. Because we know you
Mhm.
can have the best resume, you can have the best
Mhm.
LinkedIn profile, but
Mhm.
interviewing is one of those things that you really have to do well in it because it's the bridge to you getting your
Mhm.
offer. Tell us a
Mhm.
little bit how your interviews went.
Well, so because I was so prepared, and actually that was I did my first interview, and that interview gave me a job, like right then. I never did any other because I remember in your class you were on during the one-to-one, you were telling me treat this interview as like this is your job. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if you don't get it, it's a good practice so
Mm-hmm.
that you know what questions they ask. So
Mm-hmm.
I went in there all prepared. I did all that I could in my power to make sure I aced that interview.
Mm-hmm.
So from the introduction, how you in your course actually,
Mm-hmm.
how you introduce yourself, I followed everything to the T. I introduced myself. They were like, wow. Then like they didn't even have anything else to ask me for clarification. It was
Yeah.
like I was listening to them, listen to what they say, and I took the interview as a conversation. As you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, that really helped me a lot. Because if you're gonna be like tensed and like, oh, this is no, you're gonna forget everything and you're gonna be sweating and everything. No.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if they ask me something in that interview and I don't remember, I'm like, you know what? I'll come back to that when we're done with this interview because right now that the point that I wanted to say it just evaporated. And they will laugh about it. They'll be like, no, let's ask you something else. Because
Yeah.
I took it as a conversation
Yeah. Yeah.
like me and you right now.
No, 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 you're
Yeah,
right. You
yeah.
have to treat it as a conversation. If you go
Mhm,
in there nervous, it's gonna show. You're gonna
mhm,
forget your answers. You're gonna
mhm,
have the ums and the ums and and things like that. That's just gonna make it, you're not going to look like you're competitive enough. And there are
mhm,
tons of people probably also competing for that opportunity. So the way
mhm,
you show yourself is
mhm.
how you are going to, make them see if you're going to be a great cultural fit within their
Right,
team or a great cultural addition on their
right.
team and things like that. So it's very, very important when you're interviewing to
Mhm.
showcase that, first of all, you have the knowledge, the expertise, you know what they're going to be saying, what the role is going to be about because you've done your research, but
Yep.
also you also have to have that conversation with you. So you joined in July and then
Mhm.
you got it within 7 weeks. Was
Yeah.
the
Oh,
shortest,
yeah.
one of the shortest time. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, I was like, it was, I couldn't believe it myself actually. But, and another, what I will say is after like I joined the program, after we talked, Anna, like your one-to-ones, sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, hope today we don't have a meeting. You'll be like, Zoom meeting at this time. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I'll jump right up. And then really, Anna, like I will just thank you so much for this because if I was doing it at my own pace, I don't
Mhm,
think I could have pushed myself that much.
mhm,
But since you are like accountable, like you're like,
mhm,
I'm accountable for you
mhm,
until you get your role. That really got me. So it was so like I didn't even believe it was gonna be that fast. But
Yeah.
as I mentioned, after you worked on my resume and after my LinkedIn became so professional, I knew in my heart, I had this piece, I knew I am gonna land this job very soon.
Yeah.
And I had a very positive mindset. And I knew whenever, if I don't get in this interview, I'm getting another interview soon and I'm gonna
Mhm.
get that job. So
Mhm.
that is what it was in my head. Like I didn't say like, oh, I'm gonna try. No, I was going there to get that job.
Yeah. So you had
Yeah.
that mindset that I am
hmm
going in and I'm
hmm
going in. So those
hmm
7 weeks and finally
hmm
you finally got your offer and everything. Tell us a
hmm
little bit about that. Like, was it what you wanted?
Yeah, so I wanted, so let me tell you, so this role that I interviewed, the recruiter reached out to me. I did not even like apply for this role
Yeah.
because of networking and stuff. The recruiter reached out to me. He told me I have this role, blah blah blah, and it's this rate. I remember me messaging you saying, "Hey Anna, there's this role?" You're like, "Yeah, go ahead. Is that what you want? Does it describe what you want?" I'm like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
especially remote. It was 100% remote. And I was like, how could I not take this? So
Yeah.
I went ahead, did the interview. They offered me that. And I was like crying down when they told me it's 100% working from home. So like that meant a lot to me. For me, what I was looking for is that flexibility to be able to be
Mm-hmm.
with my kids. Now, that really was a game changer to me, and I was so thankful for that, for you preparing me, and for me, I was thankful for myself also for being ready.
No, and I told you yourself that,
Mhm,
Lydia, I've never seen someone who is more aggressive and wants to
mhm,
get something very, very quickly. And
mhm,
so that timeline, us putting together a timeline, you're like, I want to get it by this timeline. And you actually worked hard and got it
mhm,
by that timeline.
mhm,
That's a project on its own because you
mhm,
put out there a timeline. You're like, I have to
mhm,
get this by this day. I have to get this by
mhm,
this day. I have to get this by this day. And so
mhm,
you pushing yourself and getting to that specific timeline was your
mhm,
own working. I just gave you
mhm,
the tools. I was here to motivate you, to encourage you, but I
mhm.
would say 80% of the work, you did it because you're on
Yes.
LinkedIn networking,
Mhm,
you're on LinkedIn and other platforms doing short courses in
mhm.
project management to just give you that understanding of what project management is. And
Is
so that was good.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
how has your life changed since stepping into the project? First of all, tell us a little bit, what is your role now?
Oh wow. I'm a senior project coordinator and I love that. So right now currently I'm working on my PMP in your class. So
Okay.
I'm hoping to get my certification soon and then I'll soon transition. So
Mm-hmm.
but for now the project coordinator is amazing because we're dealing with a big projects right now and
Mm-hmm.
it's a good like it's a good learning too like hands-on. And remember in your class like what we used to do like we were doing real life projects. So what we're doing here is basically the same thing. So
Yeah.
if I forget something and I feel like, what are we doing here? I usually go to the library. I
Oh.
look through everything that is there. And actually, what we're doing currently is what Anna, it's like you're like giving people project management roles without them realizing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you step to that role, what is in your class is what we are doing currently.
Yeah.
We are using smart sheets. We
Mm-hmm.
are doing all those like project hours tracking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here making sure everybody is like as they're updating their status where they are,
Mm-hmm.
checking the timeline of our projects. If things are behind, we have to have meetings to see what we can do to help to make
Mm-hmm.
things move faster and
Mm-hmm.
better. So
Mm-hmm.
like it's your class is amazing. I wish everybody that is taking and listening to this video, they can like go there and take seriously what is in that right library
Yeah.
because that is gonna prepare you.
Yeah.
That is going to prepare you want to be a confident and like a professional project manager you
Mm-hmm.
have to like have the tools
Yeah.
so for you to land the job you have to as you mentioned you have to take the time and study on your own and understand okay this is what happens you don't want to go sit there you have to
Mm-hmm.
be a self-starter so
Mm-hmm.
I'm really loving it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
because you prepared me so well I'll
Mm-hmm.
say
Mm-hmm.
I feel so confident in my role and I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned that you have to be a self-starter because you can't go in there and wait for direction
Yeah.
from your leaders. Yes, they'll tell you, okay, this is going to be your project. There's some of the things that
Mhm.
you're going to be doing, but also you have to do your research, ask
Mhm.
questions, of course, when you start your role, ask those questions, but also be a self-starter in
Mhm.
things that maybe you're seeing that you can start without having to wait for permission or waiting
Mhm.
for them to ask you. But
Mhm.
coming in as a senior project coordinator is a good
Mhm.
stepping stone, especially if
Mhm.
you're coming in from where you are right now. But it doesn't mean that it's a lower level. It's not,
No, it's
because
not.
you're still being paid
Yeah,
very
oh
good
yeah, I've been
money.
paying the money. That's also
Do you want to share a little bit
yeah.
about that?
Oh yeah. So like it's not a different like role or something like that.
Hmm.
But this is what was there, and because I loved it and it's remote, and then plus now they do have. I was told the next role I'm gonna step in the project manager role. I was just waiting on my certification actually, but all we're doing is what project managers are doing right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
currently because they're training me they train me as a project manager and I'm in charge of so many staff there.
Hmm.
So that and then plus the money is really good. That is
Yeah,
what I will say. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm a project coordinator. No, I'm working with project management
yeah.
managers there
Hmm.
because we are working with very big projects
Hmm.
of data migration. So
Hmm.
we're working like as a team. I'm
Hmm.
working with a team of many project managers
Hmm.
and they're there for support. And then once the other opportunity for project manager opens up, I'm up next. So
Hmm. Yeah.
it's not a bad thing. I
No,
love
it's
it.
not. It's not.
Yeah.
And also when you're a project coordinator,
Hmm.
I started out as one too.
Hmm.
You're leading, you're managing,
Hmm.
organizing, as you're
Hmm.
saying, you're helping with timelines to make sure those are
Hmm.
correct. Everybody's status and stuff. Maybe you're also balancing things like the cost. So
Hmm.
you're seeing a lot of the things that,
Hmm.
especially if you're coming in as someone who's new, that now when you step into that project manager role, everything is
Hmm.
just there like, oh, I already did that. I already know
Hmm.
how to do that
Yeah.
before that. So, do you have any advice for anyone who is trying to get into project management, especially those who are transitioning from nursing? What are some of the things that you can share with them?
Yeah. So what I will like to share, like everybody is a project manager. It's only that we are not certified. So, from what you do, especially in healthcare, you are coordinating everything. You're making sure everything is going smoothly. Already, you are a project manager.
Mm,
And all that I can tell anyone who wants to transition, have that positive mindset. You have to have your why.
mhm,
Why do I need to transition? Once you understand your why, you will definitely want to transition. And it's not for everybody, but if you really, really want to, this is a very like I wish I knew this earlier. I wish I did, honestly.
yeah.
But I thank God, everything is a learning lesson. You
Hmm.
have to work on the other side
Hmm.
until when you get to the other land, you'll realize, oh, I've been missing a lot. So what I'll tell everybody is have a positive mindset and reach out. Reach out, talk to people. People
Hmm.
have so much knowledge out there. Unless you come out and say, this is what I want to do, nobody's gonna know. You
Hmm.
can be friends, yes. We've been like since I knew Lydia, we were friends for a long time, but like I never took my time to talk to her what she really does until one day that struck me. And then after seeing your videos all the time, I'm like, Lydia, Anna is so close to you, and she's the one teaching this. Why don't I also like transition? She's like, I
Yeah.
didn't even know you were interested. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about you honestly with the kids. Like
Yeah.
there's more flexibility. Like she wanted the best for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what have we been waiting for? She's like, because we did not even talk about it. I
Hmm.
thought you were so much into your career. And I'm like, It's fine. If once a nurse, I'm a nurse forever. It's not gonna change. You can be a nurse however you want. And it doesn't matter. If you let me say, like, for example, if I step to this role, it doesn't stop me from working. You every other day you can decide like to keep your license active. You can work like one holiday in a month,
Hmm.
and that is
Hmm.
still your skills are gonna be intact. But like I'm loving where I am right now, and I'm
Hmm.
so thankful for you, Anna.
Hmm.
Whoever who wants to transition, please, please, please reach out to Anna Anderson.
Hmm.
You will love it, and you're not gonna regret it.
I'm
That's
glad
all I
you
have
shared
to
that.
tell them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, but I like
yeah.
that you shared like you have to know your why, because that's
Hmm.
very, very important. Even
Hmm.
though you were hanging out with Lydia, you talked to
Hmm.
her, you didn't know much about, I mean, you knew, but
Hmm.
you also were in
Hmm.
your career
Yeah,
at that
career.
time as a
Hmm.
nurse. So you're
Hmm.
just like, you know what, maybe this is what I want to do forever.
Hmm.
Nothing wrong with nurses, but you had
Hmm.
shared that
Hmm.
for you it was burnout. and you
Yeah.
wanted to spend time with your children. So that's
Mhm.
why. So yeah. So what's next for you in your career?
Oh my God, my next career is to make more money and climb up the ladder. That's all I right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the motivation, is to like reach the goals where I want. So you see, I've started here. I wanna move next up and keep on like climbing, and that's all I really aspire to
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
better project manager day by day.
Yeah, yeah. And I know also you're doing you're working on your PMP.
Yeah.
And you didn't, and because a lot of people are like, I have to wait to get my PMP before I can
Mhm.
be a project manager, but you're
No.
still on working on it. So it's something
Hmm.
that's on your roadmap, on one of your
Hmm.
goals. So as we wrap up today, Lydia, how can people connect with you and maybe just ask you any questions regarding, your journey or how they can transition themselves?
Sounds good. So majorly they can find me on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
Lydia Getui, search up my name. I'll be there. On social media, I'm there. Sometimes I'm not so active, but on Facebook they can search up Lydia as well. But on LinkedIn, mostly they will connect with me and we can talk more about, like, if they wanted to see my journey, they will see everything out there.
Yeah. And I loved how you used to like share and network and
Hmm.
create your own posts and how
Hmm.
people reach out to you and things
Hmm.
like that. This
Hmm.
has been an incredible conversation, Lydia,
Hmm.
because you transitioned and you joined in July and then you
Hmm.
got your job within 7 weeks and you've been
Hmm.
thriving and doing amazing work as a senior project coordinator at your current
Hmm.
role at an amazing company. And
Hmm.
I'm hoping that, this opportunity just continues to give you more and many, many more opportunities. As you said, you want to continuously have that growth
Yeah.
for you, have that, just trajectory for you to be successful. Any final words?
Well, thank you so much, Anna. That's all I have to say. Thank you. You really transitioned my life. And I really am so thankful for you and my friend Lydia, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
May God
appreciate.
bless you too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you. And both of you are Lydias.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic day. I will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Anna.
bye.
Bye.